Confusion of faces.
Confusion of faces. You know, it's a lot of confusion in Babylon.
Yeah, it's a lot of you know, we can take this many different angles, but you know, the main point is, you know, it doesn't matter really what a person looks like, and you know that's why it's confusion of faces. Because he's dark, or he's light skinned, or he's
black.
You know, cooling. Yeah, he's black, or he's black. You know, he's too light, or he's
that's him.
Right.
Call Bob Marley black man.
Right, Bob Marley. You got different celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Just because they look, you know, a person could look Italian.
Oh yeah, this is
You
gonna
know
be a
what I'm
good
saying?
class, man, because it's a lot of those out there.
It's a lot, man.
Confusion of faces.
Confusion
It's a
of
lot of
right.
Oh my God.
See,
Man.
confusion.
Yeah.
of
I'm
faces.
just thinking about it. It's a lot of them out there, man.
It's a lot of them out there, man. So this is, you know, something that we need to, you know, get a full understanding of. So we know it's.
I'm finna
we're
bring
gonna
one out
you
too.
know,
I'm gonna bring me one out too. I'm gonna go get it
yeah,
right
so
now.
Our brothers in the house got, you know,
And
got
this
something.
and his name. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm getting a little excited now, man.
Let's go.
I'm getting excited now, man, because
That's how
that
we do,
thing
man.
is serious, man. Go ahead, bro. My bad,
That's how
man.
we do, man. That's how we do. No, all praise it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Whenever, you know, you got to something, man. Shout it out, right? So, confusion of faces, man. All right. And the first scripture we're gonna start out is James, chapter 1, verse 1. All right. Bringing this out, the priest Malak reading. Got the brother Absalom in the house, and brother Manasseh in the house.
This
man.
is
And
James, the first chapter.
go through it.
James, a servant of the Most High, and of the Mashiach, the Messiah, Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
And that's what basically the whole Bible is written about, right? And this we're speaking about James, but James is just one book in the New Testament, but this goes for the whole complete Bible. That's why I'm starting out here. So read that again.
James, a servant of the Most High, and of the Mashiach,
Right.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
So we understand that the whole Bible is speaking to who? The 12 tribes. 12 tribes of Israel. We like to say the real Jews. They kind of get to the point sometimes. Well, Israelite, what do you mean? You say real Jews, like, oh, okay, I see what real Jews, what do you mean? You see what I'm saying? At least it triggers something right away. When you say real Jews, like what? Oh, that means that you're not talking about them.
Right.
Exactly. So we know the real Jews are the Israelites, man. And this is the whole Bible, not just James in this book, but the whole complete Bible is only speaking to the children of Israel. So from there, let's just jump right over to Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. So we got a few precepts. You know, everybody says the Most High don't change, right? So let's, you know, go through a few pieces to prove that. Right there, Hebrews 13 and 8.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. The Messiah, the same yesterday and today and forever.
See that? We got to understand that too. All right. Not only this Bible is written only to the Israelites, the real Jews, but we know the Messiah is the same yesterday, today, and forever. You know how they say, if you don't know who you are, you don't know where you came from, you don't know your present, you don't know where you're going, right? You don't know who you are in the knowledge of yourself, you don't know where you're going. Right. So on top of that, the Most High, I'm saying the Messiah, I keep saying Messiah and Most High, get them mixed up, not mixed up, but I say them sporadically, right? The Messiah, so we know it's the same yesterday, in the past, and today, which is now, the present time, and forever, meaning in the future and forever and ever, ever. There won't be no change in that. So, with that being said, like we're reading right there in James, which is written to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, could someone just become an Israelite or a real Jew? No. You can't, right?
No converts.
No, right. You can't, there's no convert. You can't convert into becoming a Jew. Right? It's impossible, man. Right? So let's go to just a precept for that. Let's go to Malachi 3 and 6. You have something?
All right, when we came up out of Egypt, man, when we came up out of Egypt, we took servants with us, and the Most High called them strangers. Now we can go get precepts for that. It didn't say there was converted Israelites. It said there was strangers, right? And we had servants.
All right, so let's go to Malachi 3 and 6, just to back up. This is a precept from that Hebrews 13 and 8, right? So Malachi 3 and 6, we know the Messiah said he doesn't change. Well, he, was the same yesterday, today, and forever, right? So, precept, let's go to Malachi 3 and 6.
Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am the Most High. I change not.
What?
I change not.
Right.
Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
I love that word. Therefore, since the Most High we know doesn't change, therefore, you sons of Jacob, which are what? The Israelites. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, right? He had 12 sons. The Israelites are not consumed, like we just said, right? We just read, like later on in the Bible in James, saying written to the 12 tribes. Why? Because Heavenly Father don't change. So the Israelites, the real Jews, is who the Bible's speaking to, and the most important people on the earth. Why? That goes back to Deuteronomy and a few scriptures that go into that. So let's go back down into the Romans, because we're talking about the Israelites, right? We get into confusion of faces. That's what this is. So we got to understand is that it doesn't, you can't look at a person like, okay, that's an Israelite. Nah. Because that's why we're confusion of faces, get to understand that. Because we're scattered abroad. So you can't just go on one little, you're going to walk in Walmart and be like, okay, over here the Israelites. You're going to go over to, you can't do that because they're scattered amongst what? All other nations, nationalities. All right? So from there, let's go to Romans chapter 9.
All right, Romans chapter 9.
You can go ahead and say, well, let's go to let's go to Romans 11:1 real quick, because we're going to who wrote Romans? Paul, right? Apostle Paul. We wrote a lot in the New Testament, right? We just read what James said. He wrote to the 12 tribes scattered. So let's read about who Paul is, and then go to Romans chapter 9. Go ahead, 11:1.
Romans chapter 11 verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people?
That's a question. Have God cast away his people? Read.
Most High forbid.
Right.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
And see, this is Paul speaking. He's asking a question. God cast away his people. God forbid, meaning no, right? He said, for I also am an Israelite. Meaning he's saying he's a real Jew. Like James was saying that the whole Bible's written to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, right? So Paul's saying, for I'm also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, right? Of the tribe of Benjamin. So he's being specific. Some people think that maybe Paul is a Roman. Even though he's a Roman citizen, he's not a Roman, right? He doesn't descend from Rome. He ain't no Italian, right? You know what I'm saying? And he was a dark-skinned man. There's other areas in the Bible where he was mistaken as an Ethiopian. But he's telling you himself right here, he's an Israelite. First question was, I say that hath God...
Egyptian. Yeah, I did say that.
Right.
About that Egyptian.
Because he was dark, you know what I mean? See, that was a confusion of faces right there. Just because he was dark, you know what I'm saying? He was confusing the faces, man.
Right.
But I want to pull something real quick holding this. I say then hath God cast away his people. So Ecclesiastes 4:16 real quick. I got it. 4:16 real quick. It says, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. Okay. You see, that's Ecclesiastes 4:16. Again, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. So no one can say, oh man, that was back then. That Bible was written a long time ago. Can't do that. Right. The seed of the genealogies of the people, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 10, are still here. Just like we know way back in the ancient time there were palm trees here, right? Yeah. Palm trees are still here. So how they still here? Because they're still generating. It's the same trees. You know what I'm saying? Everything is still in the earth from the beginning of time.
Read that one more time, bro. What does that say?
Ecclesiastes 4:16.
Go ahead.
I'm just going back. You good? Now Romans 16. I'm reading Romans 11:1 again. It says, I say then, hath God cast away his people? It's a question mark. So from that precept from there, Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. So no one can come with that, man. That was way back then. People are still generating, man. So yeah, we're not the same people, but our same spirit, the same DNA is in earth. Right, yeah.
Even in verse 2, Romans 11:2,
right?
Even if you understand, they tell you plain right there, God has not cast away his people.
right. Capitalized.
Yeah,
because you know the Most High repeat, and he makes sure you know.
That's plain.
Right. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What that mean foreknew? Oh man, I declared from the womb. That's what we're finna get in Romans 9. You see that? All praise, man. So y'all got that? Ecclesiastes 4:16. Now let's go back to Romans chapter 9. Start at verse 1.
Romans chapter 9, verse 1.
There.
I say the truth in the Messiah. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy
This
Ghost.
is Paul speaking. He put his. He say, I put my what brothers used to say. I put my word on it. You know what I'm saying? I give you my word. I'm not lying. I swear to God. That's
Yeah.
what basically Paul is saying in his own words. Go ahead, verse 2.
Verse 2. That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart.
Because we understand that Paul really loved his brothers, man. He was touched by the Messiah and what he went through. He's got a very deep story in his angle on how he was touched to write all these books to all the wherever we know the story of Paul. Right? Read on.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from the Messiah. For my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
See, that's the love and the passion that he had, not only for the truth, for his brethren, and representing, the Most High, the Messiah touching the Spirit, right? For my brethren, kinsmen, we to my brothers, okay, I can say it's my brother, okay. We can go further, okay. Everybody's your brother, okay. Then you got my kinsmen. Now everybody ain't your kinsman. That said, kinsman means kinfolk. Like we had family reunion. Are all nationalities invited to the family reunion? It don't work like that. You see? So Paul is getting very specific. He just told us he's an Israelite from the seed of Abraham, tribe of Benjamin. So if he's saying my brethren, my kinsmen, read on.
According to the flesh.
That's key right there, man. You see what I'm saying? That's my brother them. You know what I'm saying? That's my people them. Whereas I'm going on people highs. He ain't talking about everybody. He ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying? This is good to understand that we're talking about his people. Read on.
Who are Israelites.
Like he said in Romans 11:1. Read on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption. And the glory.
Right.
And the covenants.
Right. Covenant with an S.
And the giving of the law.
Right. From back in Deuteronomy and Exodus time. The giving of the law, statutes, commandments. From Moses. Read on.
And the service of the Most High.
And that goes into the servants. To be part of the service of God, you have to be a servant. Read on.
And the promises.
And the promises. Because we're talking about the promise of what? The born Israelite. Given the law, statutes, and commandments. The promises of the kingdom coming. Circumcision, right. All that lines up. Everything lines up here. We're talking about what? One group of people. Can you be born? Can you be, would you, like you said, what's the word?
Blind.
No, can you convert into this?
Oh, yeah.
Is this something you can be converted into?
No.
You can't convert into this. You can't join. You can't sign up to be an Israelite.
No.
You see? You can't. You got to be born into this, man. Right? Read on. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, the Messiah came.
See that? It's getting more specific. Whose are the fathers? The forefathers. You see? The descendants, the ancestors. And of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came. Because we know, you look through the lineage of Matthew, it keeps from the seed of David on down. Right? Concerning the flesh, Christ came. Read on.
Who is over all, the Most High, blessed forever, so be it.
All right, because he said right there, and we read it earlier, with Hebrews 10, with that 13, saying the same yesterday, today, and forever. Right? Blessed forever, amen. Right? Now, let's jump down to, well, now you read on. Let's read on through it.
Not as though the word of the Most High had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
And we understand that because we have Israelites all over scattered throughout the four corners. And only a remnant of people are going to take heed and come back to their heritage. That's why we say all Israel isn't Israel. Because we got some relatives out there. We got some friends and family and people out there that are Israelites too. But they can give, they can give a damn. Right? So, for they not all Israel which are of Israel. Read on.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Right, because we know Abraham had children of other nationalities. So speaking of Ishmael being one of them, go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
See, that's the promise that Paul was speaking of earlier. According to the promise according to kinsman, flesh. That's Isaac, who later had Jacob. Read on.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of the Most High.
So that's why we got to go through the confusion of faces, because there's people out there that came through, of course, that are people that are how would say descend also from other nationalities that are here in the earth, but they're not the children of God. They're not. Okay, read on. But, go ahead, verse 8, right.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of the Most High.
Right, the other nationalities, read on.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
And that's what we're getting into. The children of promise counted for the seed. Through all these confusion of faces, when the Messiah returned, and how he would separate the wheat from the tare, the goat from the sheep. He's gonna know the confusion of faces. You can look like a so-called, Israelite or one of the 12 tribes, but he's gonna know if you ain't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna have on his garment, right? That word of God. They're not gonna have on the armor of God. So he's gonna know. The angel's gonna see right through that.
Right through that.
We might have to Luke 19 you. Bring you hither.
Right. As it is written. As it is written, man. That's what's gonna happen, right? That's future prophecy, man. Okay, go ahead, verse 9.
All right, verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
See, and that's what we're talking about, the promise to see going through Isaac. Read on.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. For the children being not yet born.
See, this is what we got to understand. Because, read that part again.
For the children being not yet born.
So no one can be like, oh, well, I was born this way, so you treat me like this. I was born this way because you treat me like this. Nah. It says right here, for the children being not yet born. So a decision was already made before the child, before you came into the earth. Read on.
Neither having done any good or evil.
You see that? It don't matter. Decision was already made before the spirit was put in. Read on.
That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand.
According to election might stand. Why? Dealing with his people. So if you came through, the spirit brought you through in another vessel, hey, what we telling people? Take it up with the Most High.
Hey, this is supposed to be way.
You gotta take it up with the Most High.
Oh man, this is so beautiful. This is what be way brothers be like. Oh, thank you, Most High, for making me in life, bro. For real, bro. We supposed to be walking in this thing for hey. No, because he could have made you an Edomite, man. That's what you gotta.
Any other nation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no gate.
No good or evil.
Basically, you could have been born with no gate. That's the bottom line. You could have came into this world with no opportunity to have a gate.
Oh man.
So you gotta be thankful that you got a gate. You just gotta do what you gotta do to qualify. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do what you gotta do. Some people came into this earth with no gate. Boy, it sucks to be you. I could just say it like that, man. Because we had to endure this captivity, so you gotta endure what you got. It's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's read that 11 again.
Serious, that's serious.
Read that 11 again.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil,
right?
That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand. Not of works, but of him that called it.
That's it.
Dang.
But of him that called, that's it.
Ooh, that's it.
That's it.
That's
it. Like you like it, love it, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? All that, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just, well, you say, get in line. Get out and lay down. All right, verse 12.
Oh, we in the right chapter. Okay. Now it's finna get to it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It was, verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
We're talking about where in Genesis, it was said unto her, Rebecca, that the elder shall serve the younger. What does that mean? The elder's child that comes out first is going to be serving the younger child. Simple as that. Read on.
As it is written.
As it is written in Malachi.
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
And this is what, according to the election of the Most High, might stand. So whoever Esau is, that is what it is. Whoever Jacob is, it is what it is.
Right.
We didn't write this.
Right.
We believe it and we're teaching it.
Right.
And that's it. Read on.
What shall we say then?
What shall we say then? This is the Most High done. This is what He's done. So what we gonna say? What it mean is like, what shall we say? Is more like, okay, so now how is it gonna play out?
Right.
Basically, where the chips gonna fall. Read on.
Is there a righteousness with the Most High?
And we know that's, read on.
Most High forbid.
No, not at all. There's no unrighteousness with the Most High. He is righteous, man. Read on.
For I will have, for he said to Moses,
right.
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
See, that goes into verse 11. Read on.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Because we know that's what the mouth of the Heavenly Father has spoken, man. That's a decision that He made when He created. He's the creator. All right?
Hey, I'm going to pull the scripture with that too, man. We're going to go to Deuteronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 3. Yeah, this, I like this. Deuteronomy 3, and we're going to start at 24. Okay, because we were saying he get to do, you know what I'm saying? For I have said unto Moses,
Right.
I have mercy on whom I, and compassion on whom I want to have compassion.
Right.
All right, but we starting at verse 24.
Deuteronomy 3:24. O Lord God, Thou hast begun to show Thy servant greatness in Thy mighty hand. For what God is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to Thy works and according to Thy might?
Right, you see that Moses? It's like almost he's like sucking up. You know what I'm saying? They're like kissing up to him. Read.
I pray Thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan,
Right?
that goodly mountain and Lebanon.
The beauty of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But the Lord was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me.
See, for the Israelites say he was mad with Moses. Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto me, Let it suffice thee.
Suffice thee.
Let it suffice thee. Speak no more unto me of this matter.
I don't want to hear no more about it. The Most High wasn't playing. Go ahead, read.
Get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and give up thine eyes westward,
Lift up thine eyes westward. Go ahead.
and northward, and southward, and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes. For thou shalt not go over this Jordan.
That's all I wanted. Let it suffice thee, man. Stop talking about it, man. You go up and look north, east, west, and south. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't going over, man. You're going to die right here. You're going to give a charge to Joshua. The Most High is serious, man. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He
No
do what he
respect
wanna
of
do,
persons, man.
No respect of person, right? He did it to his people. But now you go out there and tell them they got a great judgment. Isaiah 14:21. No, it wasn't me. It was my, you know what I'm saying? They still ain't trying to hear that, man. But hey, the Most High do, you know what I'm saying? He have mercy on whom we want to have mercy and compassion on whom we want to have compassion. He didn't find compassion on Moses. Moses was a great leader up out of Egypt, right? He had to show the miracles to Pharaoh from the Most High's right hand, by the right hand of Most High, right? And look what he told Moses, man. That's serious, man, to be told that too.
Hey.
Let it suffice thee. Talk no more of it. Go, just look. How about this? Just go and look. Look at the Holy Land. How about that? But you're still gonna die. Oh man.
Moses tried though.
He tried. He said, boy, look at you though. You got the might and power. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. All praise be God.
Oh, so this is about confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about Israel. What is his name? The dude, man. His name is Israel Mobile Laji
Yeah.
Adesanya.
So
You know what I'm saying? He's a UFC
Right.
boxer. UFC boxer. You hear that name though? Israel Adesanya. Yeah. But he's a damn Hamite, man.
Hamite.
But Jake swear he's a hero right now. He's knocking people out left and right. He's even knocking some Jake's out. You know why? Because they ain't keeping no laws. Know what I'm saying?
Right. You see
They
what I'm
ain't keeping
saying?
no laws. So he knocking them out. But
we
our
understand
brothers
that.
think he's just a regular Negro that probably was born in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Because they think
That's like the
African-American.
Nipsey
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like the Nipsey.
That's like the
You know what I'm
Nipsey,
saying?
man. The confusing of faces.
And this brother, it says he was born July 22nd, 1989. He is a Nigerian born in New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? Professional mixed martial art kickboxer. So I say, you know what? Maybe he was just one of them ones that, like James 1 said, scattered abroad. He was one of them ones scattered the other way instead of this way, like we was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I started going into it, and man, his father is his father is Nigerian for real, man. You know what I'm saying? You know we the seed of the father. Numbers 1:18, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? You got to look into the father next. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, his father's a Nigerian.
Yeah, a lot of that be on Wikipedia. You can check it out.
Lagos, Nigeria.
Like
Right.
Nips and a couple of like
Yeah, that
Bob Marley
Wikipedia. Yeah,
and that dude
you get
that
all
shit.
of that, man, about who the daddy is and all that. But he knocking Jake's out, and Jake's feel like he a hero. You know what I'm saying? Just like you know what I'm saying. There's more of it. All the Nipsey Hussle, even Nipsey Hussle wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. I thought she was. You know what I'm saying? She was a Jake, but my brother here showed me some proof that she's a damn
That hurt me.
she's a damn Edomite,
That
man.
hurt me.
Know what I'm saying? She's a Edomite.
Chocolate covered eating.
Chocolate covered Edomite, like Bob Marley, man. Confusion of faces.
Confusion of face.
But you'll have Jake in the hood talking some, oh, she bad. She bad as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Bob Edo, bro.
Huh?
Bob Edo, bro.
Bob Edo?
Bob is an Edo. Is he Edomite?
Bob.
Yeah. Bob. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. Yeah. Yeah, listen to the first name. I was wondering, I never heard a Negro named Bob. You know what I'm saying?
So he's a, so this is this the Nipsey Hussle of the day of the back in the day, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Confusion of face.
Confusion of faces, man.
Wow. He do kind of like throw off that now that you say it.
So yeah, let's get into that because you know now okay now let's jump down. This okay. Let's jump down to verse. Let's jump to verse 21. And I'll be getting into confusion of faces, man. How it's come about. We understand that the Most High is a chosen people, right? He never changed. Okay? So how is it confusion of faces? We're gonna get into this. Go ahead, verse 21. Romans 9.
Romans 9:21. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So we gotta understand something. So the Most High made us, made everybody, right? He made one vessel to honor and one vessel to dishonor. Now, quick question: can you look at a person and tell if they're a vessel to honor or a vessel to dishonor? You can't. You can't look at a person and tell. I mean, of course, maybe some things. Oh, he ain't got no fringe, he ain't got no beard in his face. You know what I'm saying? Something simple, like you know what I mean. But other than that, you can't tell.
Right.
Bottom line is what I'm trying to get at. Meaning a person's, like I said, appearance. Like that's why we get into confusion of face. You can't look at a person. Oh, that's an Israelite, or that's a heathen. Or smoke. I guess 50% of the time.
Not
Let's just
all
say
the
it.
time. Not all the
50%.
time.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. 50% of the time, you can't tell why because of confusion of faces. So now we're gonna go to the Let's go to Ezra. Yep. Let's go to Ezra, chapter 9.
Ezra chapter 9, verse
We're gonna start at verse 1.
1.
Now this chapter, just to in this 1611 KJ, you know, before each chapter you got a paragraph. Sometimes like they bring out the piece that's in there. And here in this first paragraph,
Prologue.
a little prologue. That's right, my bad. Prologue on above of Ezra chapter 9. Ezra 9 and 1. It says, Ezra mourneth for the affinity of the people with strangers. Of the people, who's the people? The Israelites, the real Jews, with strangers. So you understand, this is how we get confusion of faces. All right? Let's go ahead. Ezra 9 and 1.
Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the
You
land.
see that? Have not separated themselves from the people of the lands. You see that? Because that lets you know what we're supposed to be separated. It goes back to Deuteronomy 32:8. We do that all the time. When the Most High divided the nation, nationalities, when he separated the sons of Adam, according to who? The children of Israel, the Jews. You see that? So, the priests and the Levites, the Israelites, have not separated themselves from the people. This is what Ezra is talking about. Read on.
Doing according to their abominations.
So even worse, not only they haven't separated from the heathen, from the strangers, as it's saying right here, doing according to their abominations, man. taking them on to heathen customs, as we doing to this day. That's what we're getting into. What? Confusion of face. Because some of our women wearing weave, wearing blonde weave.
Oh, every
Wearing
color.
red, every color. There you go.
Color, bro.
Every color.
It's
you see?
sad, man.
That's what we're doing. Doing according to their abominations, man. We do all kind of stuff, man. All right, read on.
Even of the Canaanites,
Listen to other nations. These are Africans.
the Hittites, the Perizzites,
Right.
the Jebusites,
Uh-huh.
the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites.
So, Ezra, listen, we're talking about all these other nationalities, other nations of people, these strangers, that we want to, doing according to their abominations, man. This is how we get to confusion of faces to this day, man. Because it's like nothing new under the sun, right? Our people doing this right now today. All right, read on.
For they have taken of their daughters for themselves, and for their sons. And for their sons.
And that's for the son. That's what the conclusion is. This is how we get into what? Confusion of faces. Read on.
So that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
See, the holy seed have mingled.
That's Sirach 26.
have mingled themselves with the people of those lands, of those nationalities, those other people that Heavenly Father told us to do what? Not to do, man. He told us not to.
That's that Hosea 7:8.
He's right. right. Have mixed themselves with the people of those lands. Who are the people of those lands? Them strangers.
Picking up bad habits.
Right. Confusion of faces, we get into it. Yeah, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in this trespass. This trespass meaning what? Sin, transgression. Right? That's going against the law. And some of us didn't know, man. These four brothers in the house, we didn't know. That's why we pull Titus 3 and 3 all the time. We didn't know. So of course, when we didn't know, so our parents didn't know. That's how we know we the lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? We the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're the one that's scattered abroad. We're the one that's coming back to our heritage, man. Come out of the ways of America. Come out of the ways of society, man. Right?
Yeah, our leaders and stuff. Then they didn't show us nothing about God. They tried to. They tried. They just came with slave master doctrine. God loves everybody.
They just repeated
and slaves obey your master. That's all they did.
Repeat
That's
what
why.
they were taught.
That's why it said right there. Yeah, the hand of the princes and the rulers, meaning the elders. You know what I'm saying? Have been chief in this trespass. So back then, our leaders they deceived them then. Back then too, man. They deceived them back then just like they're doing now, man. Ain't no better. That's why I say Jeremiah 23 say, "Woe be unto you pastors, man.
Right.
Woe be unto y'all, man." Got the women thinking she a woman dark, loose, and thinking the sissy can. You know what I'm saying? Got these punks out there thinking they could keep their wrist bent, man. You know what I'm saying? And smacking their tongues like little females, man. Y'all got them thinking that, man.
Right.
Thinking they cute in the choir. You know what I'm saying? Singing songs. Hitting high notes, you know what I'm saying? That's what they, and they clap for them and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That motivate these punks, man.
Co-signing it. Co-signing it, man. Let's jump down to verse 7.
Right, verse 7. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day.
Since the brother, you just said that, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing on the sun. This been going on for so long, but now we're coming to a time where we're coming up out of that. The truth is coming out. Now we're understanding why and what and how. You see what I'm saying? This is part of repentance. So read that again.
Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day.
To this very day. Read on.
And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands.
You see, that's what's happening right now. Confusion of faces. You go in Walmart, what you see? Can you look, okay, that's that nation, that's that nation. You can't, 50% of the time, looking on a 50-50 split, we don't know what the hell's going on. Confusion of faces, man. You don't know who's who. Someone have to really, like that's why they have applications to fill out for jobs and stuff like that, man. So a person can fill out, and they can't put in there, like going by Numbers 18, your father. This confusion of faces in the application. Right. African American, African, black, African descent. What? It's 3 nations of people apply to black and African descent. That's your Arabs, your Native Africans, and the Israelites and Jews. These 3 different nationalities fit in that. Elam fit in that. African descent, black. You see what I'm saying? And then white Caucasian.
Right.
That's you got okay. France, Germany, Greek,
Russia,
Portland. Damn.
all of them.
Which
man.
one?
Right.
Yeah.
Even they confused.
You see what I'm saying? Well, they they did it on purpose.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's all you know what I'm saying. That big old what I'm saying gumbo pot right here. So let's read that again, man. Since the days of our fathers, read.
Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil.
This is what we've been going through it, huh? Does this sound like our history right here? Into the hands of the kings of the lands, that's to this very day, right? To the sword. A lot of our people ain't still hitting them, because that's physical right there. A lot of our fathers, we know the history. Well, like that book, De La Casas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Christopher Columbus, the Conquistadors, right? To captivity. Because we know what? Only one nation of people went into captivity. That's that falling away first. That had to happen in 1 Thessalonians, right? Into captivity. And what they doing right now? They made the legal prison system to further, to just, all they did was transition slavery by making a criminal system. Captivity to this day, and mental slavery. Because the dollar is slavery. Right? We slaving for them dollars, trying to get more. That's only your own mind. Because think about this. If you got, let's say, a couple $100,000 in the bank, you feel like you're in a good set. That put on you. But you ain't got no money, now you feel like you at the bottom of the earth. You see, but that's that crafty counsel. That's another level of captivity.
Yeah, they did that.
You just got paid. Think about how much better you feel when you got money in your pocket. See how programmed we is?
Yeah.
And some of us feel better. We can have some money in the ATM, but not have the money in your pocket, and then take it out and put it in your pocket, and you feel better.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happened. You see what I'm saying? That's what they've done. They destroyed the hell. Boy, hey, they did a great job, but y'all finna get it, man.
Yeah.
These other nations, meaning according to the Heavenly Father, what he said. So, and to captivity and to a spoil. Oh, man, you know I'm talking about spoil. What's the first spoil? Happy birthday. That's the first one, bro, when you come into this world. Because, 1, 2 years old, we were wondering, like, what the hell's going on? Why am I dressed up? I got this hat on. Everybody's looking at me singing. And you getting programmed.
Yeah. Yep.
You're getting programmed.
It's the
You
first
looking
year.
around?
The first year, just like that. The babies have that big bald head.
Looking around like, oh, it's all this for me?
They don't know what's going on.
You getting indoctrinated into this wicked ass world.
Yeah, that witchcraft being thrown on them. The song come right after that. You know what I'm saying? Just rock you.
And like you said, nowadays, what are these restaurants doing? I mean, this is at a corporate level. You can come in with your ID and prove it's your birthday, you get a free meal.
Yeah.
Why not? No, that's,
Oh, yeah.
witchcraft.
Oh, yeah.
Because what they doing, when you get in there, order what you want, and then what happens while you eating your meal? Who coming?
They all come.
Here they coming. Yeah. They coming with them bands, they singing and that tambourine. But you might not see, and you got some people that want to be like, they know that it's off, but they just want to take advantage of the free. You're still indoctrinated. You're still bamboozled.
That's that gift destroy the heart.
That's that gift destroy the heart. So you're mentally destroyed. Now I'm going to give me a free meal. No, you're continuing to keep the curse and indoctrinate on your spirit. That's what you're doing for a damn meal.
It probably is.
And you got some money in your pocket.
You can buy it.
Probably is a vex, a hex or something they throwing on you while they singing that, man. You don't know. You don't know. It's probably a hex or something, man. You know what I'm saying? They come with the little tambourines and violins and, you know what I'm saying? And
again, it started when? 1, 2 years old. Bro, so each birthday, you done got more and more and more, man. I'm saying, real talk, my last birthday, I celebrated, I was 26.
People fight you over that thing, too. It's my day, man. You over there talking. Man, you supposed to be about damn near worshiping me on my birthday. Man, it's my day, my birthday suit. I'm in my birthday suit and all of this. Yeah, man. Then people fight you over their day, man. Their day. They really think it's their day.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why we say, and to a spoil. That's why, that's one of the heaviest spoils. And then what it all comes in with that. After that birthday, after you indoctrinate with that, and it's all downhill from there. Right? And to what?
And to confusion of faith.
That's what we're getting into with this class. Confusion of faith. That's what we got now. See how we balled up to? The confusion of faith. So someone can walk in this door and we be like, 50-50 shot. Don't know. On a 50-50 shot, you don't know. They could be ham. They could be an Italian. We don't know.
I know, man. We will know if we
50-50.
talk to them.
Right.
I'm talking
That's
about
what
if we
I'm
talk to
saying.
them.
Walk right in, 50-50
Oh, just
shot,
right
bang.
off discerner, spiritual
50-50 shot,
discernment.
brother, real.
My spiritual discernment has been 50-50, yeah. They ain't 100.
That's all I'm saying. That's why confusion of faith.
Yeah.
That's why it's
I'm pretty
serious.
good at them too, boy. I can spot a Levite, so I know, you know what I'm saying? That's why I trust the Most High. I trust the Most
No,
High.
you got to. Trust in the Lord.
All
that.
damn demon get close, devils get close to me, man. Nah, man. Yeah, but yeah, it is hard sometimes.
It
Man.
is sometimes. That's why I say 50-50 shot. So, and to confusion of face, as it is what?
As it is this day.
As it is today, to this very day, man. Right. Why? Because from the past to the future to the present. You know what I'm saying? It's confusion of face babies that was born today. Confusion of face babies. And some babies that got indicted and got hit with that first birthday party today. Or this weekend. Right? Confusion of faces, man. So now let's, as it is this very day, right? So now let's jump over to, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 7. Jeremiah chapter 7, man.
Jeremiah chapter 7. Oh, I was just in this today. Oh, this is beautiful. I was just listening to Jeremiah today. Jeremiah 7.
Because we get into what? Confusion of face, where our people are just, and we're getting to a chapter here in Jeremiah where our people are what? Disobedient. This is going into the disobedience, our people just being off. Straight up. And that leads to what? Confusion of faces. Right? Let's start at verse 18. Jeremiah 7:18.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. The children gathered wood.
We're talking about who the Israelites, our people, read.
The children gathered wood, and the fathers kindled a fire.
Uh-huh.
And the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto their gods,
And to
other
who?
gods,
And to who?
and to the queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods.
See, they who our people. See, here we go. Other gods. And what we just read in a second in Ezra, what he said, and doing according to their abominations. Other nations, the strangers, man. Right? To other gods, read on.
And to pour out drink offerings unto other gods,
Right.
that they may provoke me to anger.
That's what they doing, provoking the Most High to anger. Right? And let's jump down to 26 and we're going to come back up. Jump down to 26.
Verse 26, yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear,
Right?
but hardened their neck. They did worse than their
You
fathers.
see that? I know.
That's serious.
That's serious right there, man. Did worse than their fathers. Because it's like, you know, what they call that snowball effect. That's where we're at right now, man. The transgressions just done tripled up on our ass, man. Okay, now jump back up to 19.
Verse 19, do they provoke me to anger, saith the Most High? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?
The confusion of what?
Of their own faces?
Of their own. Saying what? You did it to yourself. That's what he's saying. You did it to yourself.
Yeah. Now you got African American being said.
Right.
Black.
Right.
Christian instead of a nationality.
You see?
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about right there. And confusion of faces, not knowing who's your people, man. You don't know who the hell your people is,
Right.
man. You think goddamn the
We all
Kembe
African.
Mutombo is, you know what I'm saying,
brother.
some related kin more than the Negroes over here, man.
Right. And what's it called? Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Obama. So you
Yeah.
think Obama's your brother?
Yeah. They'll accept them way before they accept the ones right before their face, man. Right round the block from them.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They
They
welcome to go
separated
home.
themselves.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, let's go. Daniel chapter 9. Daniel chapter 9. Because this is what this is the, I want to say, the side effect, right? This is one. I'm gonna say this is one. Confusion of faces is one of the side effects of you Israelites departing from your God and following the ways of the heathen and the strange nations. Now you got confusion of faces. Now you don't know who your people are and where they at. Everybody damn look the same. 50%. See what I'm saying? Got 50% of people looking the same. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, with the spirit and all that, but you just look at a brother, shit, I could, you know what I'm saying? I could go for it's just crazy, the confusion of faces, man.
Yeah, man.
That's all I'm saying. You
But
see,
they did a good
again,
job.
Bob Marley.
They did a good
Just
job.
naming a few off the top of our head, right? Help me out, brothers. Bob Marley, Nipsey Hussle, just to speak off the rip, Lauren London, okay?
Yeah, all of them, man.
The little Smolden dude, Jussie Smolden.
Just right, Justice Smolden, right? The little Chicago thing, right? It's
Yeah,
talks
man.
about you. These are confusion of faces, man. You see, who else? I know there's a few. Just you know what I'm saying. Just
There's
name it.
some
So
more,
our brothers and sisters. Can
Oh, Tia and
understand.
Tamara. Yeah, Tia and Tamara, sister, twin.
They,
You know what I'm saying?
they got white fathers.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Confusion of faces. That's what this is, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Daniel chapter 9, and we're gonna start at. Yeah, I was gonna go up just a little bit 5. We start at verse 5.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
We have sinned.
That's the bottom line. We gotta understand that. The trespass, the transgress. So what we done?
We have sinned
Uh-huh.
and have committed iniquity.
You're right. We know that it's sin and iniquity, same thing. What? Breaking God's laws. Meaning, watch, that's how we get confusion of faces. Because you ain't gonna get no confusion of faces if you break, if our forefathers weren't breaking the covenant and weren't breaking the laws, there would be no confusion of faces. But now we got confusion of faces. Right? Read on.
And have done wickedly.
Uh-huh.
And have rebelled.
Wickedly and rebel. Why? By going against what he told us to do's and don'ts. We say if you do or what you don't. Read on.
Even by departing from thy precepts.
Departing from our precept, what? Departing from your heritage. Leaving the covenant. Going after the ways of the strangers. Abominations, which are not your precepts. It's not your heritage. It's not your culture. Read on.
And from thy judgments.
Well, now the judgment, that's your confusion of faces. Right? Now what punishment comes with those? That's what the judgment is. The punishment, and aren't we dealing with that right now as a nation with our people? We dealing with it right now. We all like brothers about to bash each other head because they're not knowing that these certain brothers ain't even part of your community.
This was Nipsey's kingdom. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see, this was his kingdom.
Right.
Same thing like that whoever that boxer
Brawling
is.
and doing all that other stuff.
Right.
But the Negroes around him felt like, well, that was
He's-
me.
he's
and
one of
I
our
should have
people.
got a part of this, and you know why did it happen to us?
Right.
You know.
And then the sad part is
Well, this,
our community.
Right.
Now realize real quick, we're scattered. We said it's 12 tribes scattered abroad. So we're scattered into what? Captivity, slavery. So where your community, nigga? Nigga, where your community?
See that?
You ain't got no community.
No. They took that.
Wow.
They took them when Black Wall Street was bombed, huh?
Right.
Ain't no damn
Ain't no
community.
black community.
They show you can't have no community, right?
There is no black community.
They
We're
treat-
residents and citizens here in captivity, man.
Right. And we tell them all the time, don't they? All they gave Negroes and Hispanics is
damn
you get probably a taco stand on the side of the road or CD. Well, you don't even get CD stands no more.
No.
They got MP3 players.
Right. And then back in the day, either a lawnmower or a mop.
Right.
You had a lawnmower or a mop back in the day.
That's
And
it,
you
man.
better get your ass back across the track before it gets sundown.
Right.
You see? So, there ain't no black community, man. So, only different for the community, ain't no community, man. We ain't got no community.
Right, man. Right.
All right, so, and from thy judgments. Go ahead, verse 6.
Verse 6. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets,
Mm-hmm.
which spake in thy name to our kings.
The prophets, when we talk about Ezra, right? The prophets that warned on about dealing with other heathen nations. You had Ezra, you had Nehemiah,
Malachi.
Ezra, Malachi, Ezekiel.
All of them, right?
You know what I'm saying? Nehemiah. I'm saying it was a few of them right within it that
That
was
was
really
warning them.
harping them on that strange women and dealing with the other nations. I'm saying.
Oh, strange women.
Right, the
Okay,
prophets
okay,
right
okay.
here they were talking about dealing with confusion of faces.
Yeah,
right.
Nehemiah and all of them. Yeah.
Exactly. Read on.
Damn, where I was.
6.
6. Neither have we hearkened unto the servants the prophets,
Right.
which spake in thy name to our kings,
Right.
our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land.
Right. Because the word went out to them, and we know. Read on.
O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day.
You see that? O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee. Because you know Most High is righteous. What's righteous? Keeping the law, keeping the commandments. But unto us, confusion of faces. Why? Because you weren't keeping it righteous. You was going against the covenant. You was dealing with the strangers. You had something, bro?
Now you go.
You see what I'm saying? You going against the grain. But unto us, cause who's us? Confusion of faces. You Israelites, man. You went against the covenant. You dealing with the strange nations. So now you got confusion of faces. Now you don't know who's who. Especially after, we got captivity and by the sword and this and that. Some kids ain't know. You see?
Yeah.
Some didn't know. God, that's when you get lost in the shuffle. We got some kids right now to this day don't know who their daddy. They can't tell you if the daddy was Jamaican or if the daddy was Haitian. He can't even tell you.
Right.
You got some of that's going on right now.
And they adopt.
All they can do is go with this. And when it come to people like that, all we can go with is the spirit, because they don't even know who their parents was.
Right.
They can't get no birth certificate and trace back. They were adopted from the gate.
Right.
You see that? Confusion of face. All this just come from what? Iniquities. Ain't that some shit? You know, born into iniquity because forefather. It all lines up. You see what I'm saying? It all lines up, and what? That's how you can tell who the Jews are, who the Israelites are. Okay. But unto us, confusion of faces, as at this day, this very day that we read these scriptures, or this day that y'all rewind back, that day, this day.
Right.
Read on.
O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces,
Right.
as at this day.
Mm-hmm.
To the men of Judah,
Right, that's the southern kingdom of Israel.
and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem,
Right, northern and southern kingdom, the whole house of Israel.
and unto all Israel that are near
Right.
and that are far off.
We just read that in James.
Right.
Scattered throughout the four corners. This whole book is only dealing with these people, though. But we know there are what? Confusion of faces. But the Spirit gonna bear witness. Read on.
And unto all Israel that are near and that are far off,
Right.
through all the countries, whether thou hast driven them because of their trespass.
Because of what?
Their
That's
trespass.
key.
That they have trespassed against thee.
That they have trespassed against